Hey Team MG, we're here in Magnifi and we're going to show you guys how to get your gaited horses spinning. That is correct, your gaited horse can spin. Crazy, I know, only quarter horses are born spinning. That's what the industry thinks. That's nonsense. Any horse can spin. But you have to have somebody that can teach it to you that makes it simple for you. For years and years, I tried to get horses to spin and failed miserably. I was all worried about the horse pivoting on their rear end and crossing over in the front, and I never picked up any speed in my spin. My first reining mentor rode with me for the first 5 minutes and he said, "What are you doing? You're working too hard." In the spin, all I need to see is that front foot, if I'm going left, that front left foot can come out from under him. A horse can pivot and cross over beautifully and never spin fast, never get any speed. You need the horse to step out from under themselves and they start gathering speed like that. They have to go somewhere to get speed. As long as they're just crossing over, they're never gonna pick up speed. There's 3 buttons that makes a horse spin: your inside rein, your outside rein, and your leg. To get a finished spin, all 3 of those need to be beautiful and they need to come off of all of them. To start your green horse, so this is Flip. He's a 12-year-old Paso Fino gelding. He just learned how to walk, trot, canter with his head down. Now we're gonna give him a spin session. The only thing that we're gonna worry about is our inside rein today. And all I wanna be able to do by the end of the session is pick up this rein, and when I pick up this rein, that foot goes with me. So if I pick up my left rein, then my left rein picks up, and my goal is I look at my left toe, and normally I tell you guys, look up, look up, look up. This time I'll let you look down. You look at that left toe, and I want to be able to put his foot under my toe. If I can accomplish that, I can have this horse spinning in a relatively short amount of time. So we're simply going to pick up, and we're going to try to. So right here, he's disengaging his hindquarters, and we want to, there we go, release. So in the first trot is always uncomfortable because a gaited horse has been taught their whole life to be underneath themselves. There we go. And notice how everything is forward. Pick up to the left. There we go. Up to the left. Up to the left. There we go. There we go. There we go. And notice how I walk out of it every time. There we go. Nice. So another thing that I always thought is I thought people just sat and would spin their horse and spin their horse at a standstill. That couldn't be further from the truth. All those horses that you see spinning beautifully at an expo or a reining competition, all those horses are thinking forward. There we go. There we go. So you'll start seeing, if you look close to his legs are stepping out from under himself now. There we go. There we go. So I'm starting to get one step consistently. And that one step within a minute or two will turn into 2 steps. Will turn into 3 steps. There we go. There we go. Nice. Now notice how I keep doing it to the same side. Usually everything I tell you guys is, hey, do it to one side, you do it to the other, make sure it's even. But on this, it's so different than anything else that we've asked him to do. I want to make sure that I get one side down pat before I move off. So do you see he already, when he's walking forward, as soon as I pick up this rein, he's already shutting down to spin over there. You see those shoulders just coming right around? That's what we want to see. So you have to understand, no matter how complicated the thing that you want to get done with your horse is, if a horse can learn it, it's simple. Okay, it may not be simple to you because you don't know how to do it, but neither is going to the toilet if you don't know how to go to the toilet. What I mean by that is, when I was in Mongolia, for the Mongol Derby, when you went into the city, you would go to a bathroom in the city and there would be a toilet. And you would sit down and there'd be a sign. And the sign would have somebody standing on the toilet squatting, and they would have a red line through it. No, don't do that. And then on the urinal, it would have somebody standing on the urinal squatting, and they would have a red line through it. No, don't do that. And you think, man, who would do that? But then you do the Mongol Derby and you're out in the most desolate part of the world and you're riding, and there are no toilets. There are only little 6-inch holes in the ground. Everybody squats. So if you've never seen a toilet in your life and you go to the city for the first time and you saw the hole in the bathroom, what are you gonna think? That doesn't mean that using a toilet is complicated. It just means they don't know how to use it. It's the same thing with anything you're gonna do with the horse. It's not complicated, you just don't know how to do it yet. And that's what we're working on. Give them a little second to think about that. One of the epiphanies that I had is when I started becoming a clinician, it's a trainer's biggest fear to have people watching them all the time. Within a year of doing clinics, I started realizing that I was getting better results at a clinic in front of a lot of people than I was at home using the same methods. And it didn't make sense. Then I realized when I'm at a clinic, I work the horse for 2 or 3 minutes and then stop and talk for 2 or 3 minutes and let my horse relax. And then I work for 2 or 3 minutes and stop and let my horse relax while I'm talking. And that interval type training makes the horse advance so much quicker than just working straight through start to finish. So that's what we're doing here. I'll talk to you guys, let them take a breather. Now I'm gonna ask for the same thing. Just right here from the standstill, we're gonna pick up that left rein. There we go. So you see, he has the ability to really come out from under himself. I like that. Up and over. Nope, we're really not worried about the leg. And even whenever I use this rein on the outside, so Miss Brittany there asked me if I'm using leg. I'm really not trying to use the leg or the outside rein to start. I want to get my inside rein established where he'll just move off of that inside rein. There we go. So whenever you see me using that outside rein, the only reason I'm using it is to keep his head squared up so he just doesn't flex to the inside, because that's all he knows so far, is how to flex. There we go. There you go, buddy. And everything's forward. Now, here's a couple tips. A lot of folks are worried that the hind foot is spinning, that their butt's spinning. That's not what it's supposed to look like. Guys, one step at a time. The only thing we care about today is moving that inside leg out from under us. That's the only thing we care about. The butt will get quiet the freer the shoulders are. The easier it is to move his front end, move forward and spin, move forward and spin, the quieter his butt's gonna get and he'll get where he pivots on it. He's just getting now the idea of stepping out from under himself. So we do that, the better he can move his shoulders, the quieter his rear end will get. Right now his shoulders are a little sticky because he hasn't had this work. So you see his butt pivoting if we ask him for more than 1 or 2 steps. But look at that, the second that we ask him, he's off. There we go. Michael, do you have to have a bit to work this? Absolutely not. It just so happens that we have a snaffle with shanks on them because we were working vertical flexion earlier for the walk, trot, canter. But you can use this, you can use a snaffle, you can use a halter. And since the only thing you're doing is really looking for the inside rein. See right here, this is what resistance looks like. So you see how obvious I'm being with it? And I'm just gonna keep making him uncomfortable until he makes the step. So it's okay if he goes backwards, it's okay if he throws his head. Make him look for the answer, make him look for the answer. Release. There we go. So whatever you got to do to get them off balance, that's no problem. That's part of getting them to step out. And this is what it's going to look like when it's not right. A lot of times you see the videos and the horse already knows how to do it, so you see no resistance. He's resistant to his right side, so I need to pick him up and over until he gets uncomfortable enough to get off balance and take that leg out. There we go. Good job, buddy. Good job. There we go. There we go. There we go. Nice. He's starting to try. There we go, buddy. Let's do it again, let's do it again. There we go. There we go, that's effort there. Give him a little break there. Again. Nice. You see how he's not locking up on me now? All of a sudden, his shoulders that were sticky to the right, he's really starting to give effort. That's 2 steps. Release. There we go. Do you see in those loud moments where the horse is picking his head up and getting excited? That is not the time to quit. That is not the time to get frustrated. Just keep doing your job. Keep sticking after him until he gives you a little effort, and then release. The second he stepped over on us a little bit. Nice. The ability to be able to stay calm and stay focused when things are going wrong is the ability to be able to work with the horse. You see him sticking his nose out now. He's getting a little frustrated, a little sticky, a little this, a little that. I don't care. I'm just looking for the foot. As soon as he figured out the foot is what we're asking, all of a sudden, just like that, he can do it nice and easy. Well, earlier, we gave the same horse a session, and the only thing that we cared about was that his head was down. Well, guess what? We didn't care about anything else other than his head down. We let him pick his speed. Well, guess what? He put his head down and he was calm and quiet about it when he found that was where the release is. So we're getting him in the pattern of learning, and he is getting better and better at it. There we go. Nice. So I like doing shoulder work to start a session because it's energetic work. It takes effort for them to move their shoulders. So I like it when the horse is fresh. He's pretty fresh. But usually if the horse already does everything, walks, trots, canters, and spins, slides, does all that, I'm gonna start the session off with the shoulder work. There we go. So I'm literally looking down at my foot, and I'm seeing that he's disappearing his foot underneath my foot. What I mean is, if this is my clock, I see that sometimes he steps off to 11, sometimes he steps off to 10. Okay? 9 is about the best that we can hope for. Anything less than that, he's starting to suck back. So he'll take his foot out from under him and give me a half try, and I'll ask him again, and he'll put it under my foot. And he'll put it under my foot, and it starts to become my goal. And I look, take a step up, put your foot under my foot. Take a step up, put your foot under my foot. Okay, twice, step, step. Okay, 3 times, step, step, step. And every time I release him and let him go forward, he likes that release, so he's really trying to do the right thing. So people ask if I keep my outside hand over him. It's not that I'm pushing with this rein yet, but the horse flexes so well, because that's really what we've been working on, is relaxing him and flexing him, that right now if I only use this, if I only use that, he'll flex instead of give. So I keep the outside rein tight enough so that he can't turn his face completely. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and forward. So we just took a horse that could not step out from under himself, and he just gave us 10 steps in a row right there. There we go. There we go. Now I'm not worried about his little fussiness. That's to be expected. When a horse has resistance and it's not really wanting to give, then they're going to try to find a way to get out of that pressure. So he moves his head around, throws his head up, throws his head down, and we just wait for him to give right there. There we go. You see, we're already starting to get the step out now, right? So imagine we get him very nice with that inside rein. Then to pick up speed, to get that spin faster, it's not just to sit here and nail him with the spur. That's gonna make him upset about it. But we're actually gonna do something called turning and burning. So we will start going forward, and we're gonna get him on the rail like this. And, give us a spin, now go forward. Okay, step out from under yourself, spin, 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 now go forward. And this is really where that speed is going to start coming in. The smoother and easier he gets out from under himself, we'll be able to start getting, oh, that's what I'm talking about. So now you start seeing every time that I shift that he really moves those shoulders around. Hey, good job, buddy. And look how now he's dropping that head and trotting on his own. I love that right there. Before I can even put pressure on him, that he's already getting away from the pressure. This horse right here in a week's time could be spinning like a top. I mean, we just took this horse from, he wasn't even able to step out from under himself to, oh, he figured out that concept to both sides, and now you start the beginning of turning and burning. Well, you can imagine that's him stepping off and still touching your hands. The good spinning horses, they already are relaxed in the face about it, and they don't get excited about it, so they don't touch your hands. So all that energy is now going forward, and they're reaching out to grab more ground, and that's where you pick up the speed. And whenever you're able to do that, that's the basic concept of getting the horse to spin. The freer his shoulders get, the more you see he can start pivoting more and more. And this is still with him sticky. It's still with him touching on the bit. Whenever he leaves our hands alone, like he does in the walk, trot, canter, he's going to be able to really reach out from under him, and you'll be able to go faster and faster and get him spinning like a top. And that's how you get your gaited horse to spin.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching our video. Make sure to get in the comments below and give us your feedback. Let us know what all problems you're having, if you have any problems with the steps, if there's more videos or problems that you would like to see. We just want to better help you bond with your horse and help fix some of your equine problems and reach your equine goals.